So now let's start with Adentan, where our reporter has been looking at the impact of the media campaign as well as the campaign we saw over the period to get some bridges fixed for pedestrians to use that bridge. But it turns out that they're not using it as they should.
Indeed. So it's all started as a mini campaign on the City Breakfast Show, which we exploded eventually. And the people also responded by pouring out on the street. So you have a huge highway, or rather a long highway from Accra to Eburi. People would have to cross because there are settlements along this stretch of road. Then the problem has to come up that people got knocked on this road. At a point, we counted up to 200 people in a short period. Now the residents got angry, and you remember they poured out on the streets, they blocked the access route, and they were burning tires. And this is because a student near the WAS secondary school, or West African secondary school as they call it, WAS,
lost their life,
knocked down, and then people would not have it anymore. And we started this campaign.
That's right.
Been fighting hard, and the government was pressurized. And they said to us that we should give them a month or two. They were going to fix the footbridges. And they did, didn't they? They
did. They fixed those bridges, and those bridges are ready to be used. But it turns out that the pedestrians have abandoned that bridge despite efforts to get it fixed to stop the killings and the accidents. Let's go to our reporter who visited that place and filed this report.
It can be recalled that on the 8th of November 2018, residents of Adentan and other road users waged a violent protest over the death of a schoolgirl at the West Africa Senior High School after she was knocked down by a car. This protest received widespread coverage both on traditional media and social media and angered many Ghanaians who accused government of not caring enough about human lives to protect citizens who were often being knocked down on that stretch. Government reacted to the outrage, and the construction of the 6 footbridges commenced. The construction was scheduled to be completed in April 2019, but that did not happen. The 6 bridges were, however, completed not long after the April deadline. But for very strange reasons, it appears that the pedestrian knockdowns in the past did not scare people at all, as they are not making good use of these footbridges. This is the Madina-Sungu Junction, one of Accra's busiest areas. People were seen crossing the road just around the traffic lights, and some of those who risked their lives instead of using the footbridges had reasons for their actions, even if it does not make sense.
Oh, media see I can make him put a cross. Baby, I may corner. Once the way hat no. Say who can say there overpassing air, but who can say there? I didn't obey him. Maybe can say. Say me cause on go side there, and then cause me far. And I make you had my ass wedding. Oh, overhead in what do. Me so me pen in tem. Quite what mammy do. Into army a shot, my minta may fall. Me are very careful. Oh, she young went to she me.
Let's go to our next story, and from where Citi Opportunity's project on education has been able to get a young gentleman into a digital college who earlier was having challenges getting there due to the placement system of the SHS program. Let's go to Calvis Tete, our correspondent in the Central region, who went to a digital college to speak with Elvis as well as his parents at Kaswa, beneficiary of the Citi Opportunity project on education COPE, and bring us that report from there.
In the midst of the disappointment of not getting his first choice school and not knowing his fate, Elvis Tepe, the 16-year-old diminutive boy, strangely became popular. This was after Citi News' Zoe Abubeidu interviewed him, and his answers shocked many considering his age. A video clip of the interview went viral and was watched by many. With aggregate 21, Elvis knew that he could not gain admission into one of Ghana's top senior high schools, Adisada College, but he claimed that others with similar or worse grades had been placed at Adisada. Elvis' choice of Adisada was also strategic because he has a medical condition that requires that he should be close to his family in Cape Coast for regular care. Elvis' desire has now been met, and he is a student of Adisada College, where he is offering visual arts. He dreams of becoming a sound engineer in the near future. He tells Citi News he's seen an improvement in his academics and hopes to make good grades. As a child, with special needs. Elvis says he receives a lot of help from his mates.
The students and the teachers here have been so kind to me that school is going great. As you can see, I'm in school and yes, at this other college. And the teachers come in and out, and they give us much time to study on our own space too.
In the Ashanti region, specifically Bekwa. So let's go to Afis Tijani, who has been there. He covered the initial story and brought us the pretty bad nature of that building. And it turns out it's been fixed. Afis Tijani, take it from here.
Bekwai Municipal Director of the NCCE, Alhaji Abdel Nasir Tijani, ushers me into his new office. He tells me about how a Citi News report influenced the relocation of the NCCE's office from a death-trap wooden structure to this new facility.
Shortly after the program was aired on Citi TV, I was called by the Municipal Assembly's engineer. He called me and then said, the municipal chief executive said he should show me a place where he thinks we should move in straight away. Even when I was even a little bit delaying, because when he called, I was in Kumasi doing original meeting, and so he wants to see me very urgent, so I have to rush to Bekwai. So I was in the office. When he came, he climbed up. He said it was not so. He wouldn't even climb because like they told me, after that place, the lady won't come to you. So when he came, he came. It's okay. Municipal chief executive said he should show me a new place. So we came here. In fact, there are two main offices. There's another room at the other side. If I went there first, then it's okay. If I'm not interested in that place, I should come to this place. So we came and I realized this place was better than the first one. So he said, okay.
Let's go to some other stories and go to Wale Wale in the northeast region, where the phenomenon of inadequate beds and some of the country's public health facilities continues to affect healthcare delivery in some parts of the country. In some hospitals, especially in deprived regions, patients are still on the bare floor.
Now, from the Wale Wale Hospital in the Northeast region, which is one of such facilities, Citi News' Maxwell Sook reports that more than half of the patients in the pediatric wards on admission receive treatment on the floor.
Inside the pediatric ward of the Wale Wale Municipal Hospital, dozens on admission have to sleep on the bare floor because there are fewer beds to accommodate every patient. Rukaya Al-Hassan has spent 6 days with her daughter in this ward. She tells me the cold floor makes her daughter's recovery too slow.